Greetings and salutations. How are you today? Well, me? Fantastic. Thanks for asking. So today I'm out here tinkering in the garage. It is hot as balls. As you can tell by the boob sweat, it is hot here in South Texas. Last time I checked, it was just a tickle over 100 with real feel at about 105. I got the air conditioning running. It's the buzzing you can hear in the background. And I got a fan running in an attempt to move air around this garage. It's probably somewhere around 90 in here, so it's a little bit better than outside, but not much. Remember this? This is the $20 junkyard lawn tractor that I got running. Sit there and watch that video if you don't know anything about this. And you can see now there's a mower deck under it. Found that on Facebook Marketplace and I went and picked it up. Picked it up a couple days ago for about 75 bucks. And the blades are a little rusty. That's to be expected. But they're not even dull. No word of a lie. It had been sitting for quite a while. I wish I would have remembered to grab the camera and start filming, but I couldn't turn them by hand. It's like the thing had been sitting for so long that the belts were actually rusted to the pulleys. So I had to pull the belts off and then try to turn the blades by hand. And the grease was so hard inside the bearings that I had to actually, put some effort into turning the blade to get it past that little lump of grease. And I pumped the things full of grease and got them turned and they're timed so they won't hit each other. And I took a little bit of a chance on this. As you can see, this originally came with a 44-inch deck. Well, there are a ton of 42-inch decks out there, and I've found a couple of 46-inch decks. And I don't know when I got this thing. It's been a while. I've had this thing for a minute, and I've never seen a 44-inch deck that was reasonably priced on Craigslist or Facebook Marketplace. So I've just been kind of watching, 3 or 4 times a week, go on the marketplace and search mower deck and see what's available. Lots of stuff up in Ohio, but I ain't going to Ohio to get a $100 mower deck. So this guy had this listed for $100. I offered him $75. I probably should have offered him $50. But that would kind of been an insult. I offered him $75. He said, okay. So I went up, picked it up, brought it home, got everything loosened up and rotating before I go any further. And so far, the only thing that it needs that I can find is this bolt. And this is just a regular 3/8 bolt, and the other ones are shoulder bolts. So as soon as I start using that, it's going to loosen up, and the nut's going to back off. But that's okay because I found some on eBay, and now I'm going to end up replacing all 4 of them. The thing bolted on, the only modification that I had to make so far is I had to drill a new hole for the panhard bar here, and I had to modify the panhard bar mount. I had to space that out, so added this piece and that. So I'll bolt that on. That goes in there underneath there like that. I just put the belt on the pulley, on the engine drive pulley. I'm hoping that I don't need to get a new belt. It doesn't feel all that tight, but maybe it's not supposed to be. Let me bolt this back on, and we'll fire this thing up and see if I actually have a functioning mower deck. Then I can put these shields back on so I don't get my feet caught up in the pulleys. Now the only thing left to do is test it. Well, I suppose I haven't mowed the lawn in a hot minute. Backyard needs to be done bad, but I need to do some yard work out there before I cut it. Let's go take a look at the front yard and see if it needs mowing. It could use a mow. Use some water too. Well, some of you might be wondering, Rick, does that mean that you're no longer going to be using your electric lawnmower? No, I'll still use the electric lawnmower for spots like this. To go around the perimeter, get into spots where a 48-inch mower deck won't fit. Is that mower deck a little bit too big? Yeah, probably too big for what I need, but let's see what I have into it so far. I've got $20 into the mower. I've got about $230 into the tires. So now we're up to, what is that, 250 bucks total investment. I've got $75 into the mower deck. That's $325. And if I spring for a new seat, that's another 50 bucks. I'll be into it for $375, and that's about all that old girl's worth. But I saved it from the crusher, and I'm putting it back into service. I'm going to have to do some preventive maintenance. Like I said, I'm going to replace those shoulder bolts so the wheels don't, the height wheels don't fall off. I only need one, but I can get a pack of 4 for 10 bucks off eBay. What else does it need? An oil change. Need to do an oil change on it, and eventually bearings are going to start to fail because this machine has never, I don't think it's ever been maintained. You know, that mower deck, the bearings sound pretty dry, even though I packed them full of grease. So if I could get, you know, a couple of mows out of them, that'd be great. If not, then I'm going to be into it for another $120 or so for the new towers and whatnot. We'll see. Cross that bridge when we get to it. Now I gotta buy gas. Oh, jeez. That's the downside. I gotta buy gas. The upside is I can get my lawn mowed in about
a third of the time. And in this heat, I don't really need to mow it all that much. I haven't mowed it in 2 weeks. And I haven't watered it in a week either. And it's starting to show. So I'm gonna go ahead and check the oil and put a gallon of gas in the thing and see if I can't mow my front yard. You go ahead and sit back and relax. I'm not gonna bore you with it. But if you need something to do, might I recommend a couple of these. If you haven't done so yet, click subscribe, click the little bell icon, comment down in the comment section if you're so inclined, and share this video with your advanced social media network. Check the links in the description for ways you can support this channel. Thanks in advance, you can afford to do that. You can't, no big deal. Until next time, you have fun, stay safe, shoot straight, keep powder, have a splendid day. Thanks for watching, I'll see you next time. Bye.